What about it, YouTube? Alright, something standing out in the news that's strange. I mean, not that everything going on isn't strange, but I don't know who else out there might follow Dr. Todd Grande. I'm going to start calling him Dr. Fraud Grande or Dr. Grande Illusion. Because this guy, he's a little shady at times, and he's got a big following. And, you know, comes across as just so unbiased and just such a clinical type of a psychologist guy. He reviews all kinds of different scenarios and people and situations, and apparently he's doing a lot of this off of requests that he gets from people. I don't know. Anyway, so there's this story out there about this guy named Matthew Taylor Coleman. Okay, here's what's interesting. He's from California. He's like a surf instructor guy. He's got a couple very young children. One was like barely 3, I think, and one was 10 months. Anyway, a boy and a girl, wife, okay? Everybody says he's normal, pretty much to deal with, nice guy, seemed like, you know, regular, normal family type of situation. Anyway, no signs that there was anything wrong. So, he takes his kids, not too long ago, he takes his kids to Mexico, Baja of California, which is in Mexico, and kills them. And so instantly, all the reports are saying how this has to be connected to him being a QAnon follower. Okay? So instantly the story goes, okay, to, and this isn't just Dr. Grande, this is like all over the news. If you look up this guy's name, every thing out there says the same, has the same thing in the headline or in the article about how this guy told, quote, FBI and investigators instantly when he was questioned, picked up at the border, and they had him figured out before he could get back over the border, and we're waiting for him. Anyway, the story, anyway, all of a sudden he's QAnon. All of a sudden he's Illuminati guy. All of a sudden he's believes in lizard people. All of a sudden he believes his wife has lizard DNA, and his kids were going to grow up to be monsters because they had some lizard DNA from his wife. And this all stems from QAnon. Some of the articles say, QAnon told me to kill my kids. So, this is what I'm saying about it, okay? I'm going to juxtapose this story I just told, this situation with this guy who apparently has taken his kids and killed them, etc. I'm going to take that and juxtapose it with the story of Chris Watts. If you haven't heard of Chris Watts killed his wife and his three young kids. 2 young kids? Anyway, at least 2. Bella, and there was another one. I think 2 girls. Yeah. So anyway, you get to see, this is how I'm juxtaposing it, you get to see all the interrogation of Chris Watts, okay? And Dr. Grande has done Chris Watts videos, okay, discussing it. And so there's all kinds of people who got caught up in the whole drama and saga of the Chris Watts family murder, right? And you, like I say, you can find interview after interview. You can see police body camera when they first go to his house before they've arrested him. You can see almost the entire, from start to finish on this guy. Every bit of videotape, the neighbors videotape of him in the morning leaving for work with the bodies. Anyway, this is what I'm juxtaposing this Coleman guy with, all right? Are we going to get to hear these videos? Are we going to get to see any of this evidence that this is what the guy said? I'm interested to know that. I'm interested to know for sure that this guy said that Q wanted him to kill his kids. And I'm wanting to know for sure that he was all into Illuminati, and that by being in the Illuminati, that's where he went into this lizard people, lizard wife stuff. Okay? Because I think I'm calling BS on it, and I'm calling BS on Dr. Fraud Grande by pushing that crap. Okay? I'm not a Q-tard, but the Q movement people are just normal, everyday, well-meaning, mom apple pie patriots who are hopeful to a point of getting caught up in some hopium of Q. But they're not dangerous people. By far and above the opposite. They're the peaceful ones. They're the ones that want social tranquility, right? And social cohesion. They're the ones that want peace and tranquility like the government's supposed to provide for us. Excuse me, for being well-intentioned Q-tard for just a moment. I'm channeling them right now. All right? It doesn't mean I believe in the Q nonsense. It means that the people who are associated as being Q-tards or Q conspiracy people, they're not this guy. They're not child killers. That's so off and wrong to say that. And then the Illuminati. As if the Illuminati instantly means lizard people. As if the Illuminati instantly means silly nonsense and child killers. And if you go to the comments in Dr. Fraud Grande's video, you see the results of what he's pushing and what he's doing. He's got all of these idiots who are all, they're all ready to burn the witches at the stake. Anyone who's a Q-tard is now a child killer, needs to be burned at the stake. Don't talk about Illuminati. That means you're a child killer. You need to go. There needs to be laws about you. All of these people would burn you down in a heartbeat if they found out that you were into Q or that you believed in the Illuminati. I tested them out. I gave them all the information they needed to know what the Illuminati was from start to finish in a concisely sort of way in the comments. And they attacked me and said that I was like this guy's child killer. So it tells me they're completely groomed. It's like what a Chomo does when he grooms children. That's what Dr. Grande's doing. And you can say, oh, well, it's not his fault. Well, it is his fault when he takes these BS articles. I mean, the FBI, all of a sudden we trust the FBI? Really? I want to see the evidence. I want to see that this guy came. I want to see that you guys got him at the border, put him in the back of the vehicle, and he was like, hey, look, you guys, I just got to tell you, Q made me do this. My wife has lizard DNA, and the kids were going to grow up to be monsters, so I had to do this. I didn't have a choice. That's what they're saying in the article. I want to see the body cameras. I want to hear the audio. I want something, some kind of proof. Excuse me. Just get it out. Anyway, I'm telling you, I think it's BS. And Dr. Fraud Grande, how irresponsible of you, dude. I mean, again, these Q people don't need to be associated, as much as they're on some kind of weird trip. They don't need to be associated with child killers necessarily. That's stupid. That is so stupid. That's such a stretch. That's a criminal stretch. And Illuminati is something real, by the way. All right? Okay? I'm not saying I'm into Mark Dice all that much, but Mark Dice republished John Robinson's book, Proofs of a Conspiracy. I think it came out in 1798 or 99. Documented the fact that the Illuminati had been busted out in Germany and chased out because a guy that was carrying their communications was struck by lightning, by Providence or whatever. So they changed their name to Jacobins, moved their operations to France, and pulled the French Revolution. Their goal of world revolution is what's happening right now. I mean, it never stopped. They just kept changing their name or whatever. It's all right. And I gave him this in the comments about how Weishaupt was a Jesuit. He was born Jewish, and supposedly converted to Catholicism, if you want to believe that. And he was a Jesuit, and he was teaching canon law at Ingolstadt University. And he was knee-deep with the Rothschilds, and they gave him money to make an offshoot secret society, and they called it the Perfectibilis circa 1773. At the same time, the Catholic Church was saying, hey, look, we disown and disavow the Jesuits. So somehow the Catholic Church caught wind that the Jesuits were up to something no good and wanted nothing to do with it. You can check this out. This is history. Okay? And then May 1st, 1776, they changed their name to the Illuminati, and that's on the back of the dollar bill. So this is like evidence in your pocket. I'm giving these people this. Evidence in your pocket. On the pyramid, in Roman numerals, it's May 1st, 1776. It's not July 4th, okay? That's the day that they officially became the Illuminatis, all right? There's letters from George Washington about how he was aware that they had tried to infiltrate the American lodges of Masonry. There's the book by John Robinson. There's the obvious fact that there was a French Revolution and Jacobins, all right? And if you get bored, like I told him in the comment, you can try to search all the places you can find what's called a Phrygian cap. Phrygian. Phrygian cap. Okay? Check it all out, alright? It's actually the state seal of North Carolina. There's a Phrygian cap on top of a pole that a guy's holding, which is very interesting symbology for North Carolina. No one's wearing the Phrygian cap. But look at the Mercury dime that used to be U.S. currency and the Phrygian cap. And just look at all the places you can find the Phrygian cap. Look at where it goes back to, how it connects with the Jacobins. Okay? So, Illuminati is not, maybe by that name, is not happening right now. But the spirit of it, the descendants of it, the great work of it, yeah, that's never been forgotten. It's happening right now. Okay? World revolution is happening right now. New secular, which means godless, order. Novus Ordo Seclorum. New godless order. That's what they want. Okay? Is this shocking? I mean, and it's happening right now. But the people in Dr. Grande's comments will say, no, you're the bad one. You're the child killer. You said Illuminati. While they are systematically having their lives stripped of any meaning and any health choice right in front of their eyes. It's just happening right in front of their eyes. And, no, you're the bad one. Because, yeah, you're like child killer stuff. Yeah. All right, that's it. God bless.